Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. As you might be able, well, you guys can't see it, but we are out here. There's an RV. We're out here at the RV with another project. I got a question for you guys. How many times have you been out here trying to check the level of your propane tank, shaking it, pouring water on it, all those different things? Well, there is a solution out there. It's the Mopeka Pro check sensors. They run for your tank vertically or horizontally up to 1,000 gallons. They have them for steel tanks and aluminum tanks. So we got us a set of those today. We're going to show you those, and we're going to get those set up. Here's what they look like. They're the pucks. We have 2 tanks, so we're putting them on there. They do work individually if you need it that way. We're going to get that set up today. Also, we got the halos, which it helps you create a little gap on the bottom of your tanks, make room for the sensor. That's what these are for. You can also get little, they sell little spacers for the bottom if you don't want to go with the halos, but this just makes more sense. And we also got the LP tank check monitor. You don't need this because they do have a nice app that you can use to check your tank levels, but this one here just gives you something nice on the wall next to your other control panel, just to press a button, see what your tank level is. This will be handy for those that maybe don't use the cell phone that much. So that's all you're going to need for this job. It all pairs pretty easy. We're going to show you how to download the app, install it on the phone, and then pair all the sensors to the app so everything works together. And then on this, we'll show you how to set up the tank monitor so you can monitor, you know, so you can tell it what tank you have. Like, excuse me, so you can tell it you have a 30-pound tank, 20-pound tank, 40-pound tank. You can tell it on this so it knows what it's reading. So pretty much that's all you're going to need for this job. Let me tell you a little more about it though. Like I said, it does it horizontally or vertically, and they mount to the bottom of your tank with magnets. There's 2 magnets on the bottom of these that put it right to the bottom of your steel tank. Well, at least for our application. The aluminum one, of course, is going to be different. It takes one, and it's easy to change. It takes one CR2032 battery. It's easy to change these out. You'll see little indents on the back. Just pry it up with a little screwdriver. Replace your battery, you're back in business. And then it also has the with the display, which is cool. Like I said, this is battery power too. It just mounts on the wall with a couple screws. You could put it up there. It'd probably look like a good addition to it. And then the cool app they got. So with that being said, guys, let me get this stuff unpackaged. We'll get some of this stuff hooked up on the tank, and I'll show you how to work the app. Here is a close-up, guys. These are the tank sensors. And also you have the halos. Nice rubber there, get a nice spacer. Plus it'll help protect the bottom of your ring so you don't get that rust ring inside there. And then you have your LP check monitor. So we're gonna get these installed. All right, guys, we out here. We got one of our, as you can see, we got one of our tanks pulled out. First thing we're gonna do though is we're gonna download the app. I'm gonna show you how to do that right now. We're gonna download the app and pair these with the app. We'll get those done first. That way it's easier to do than when they're on the bottom of the tank. So let's get over here and get that done. All right, guys, we're here in the App Store on Android here, and we're gonna look for Mopeka Tank Check. That's what it's called. Then we're just gonna install it. I'm doing this for the first time with you guys, so hopefully it all goes smooth. If not, you guys are gonna see it. While that's downloading, I'm going to open up one of these sensors. Get it out. When you open yours, be careful in the back. There's a little container of Sonic grease that you're going to need. All right, now we have that downloaded. Let's open that up. It's asking for location services. It's not enabled. Sell it only while using the app. Now we're just going to press the sync button on the puck, and hopefully that it finds our sensor. There it is. It's not hooked to anything, that's why it's telling it's empty. But all I did was press the sync button on the puck sensor. You'll see it's the green button. You just press that and hold it. It'll pop up and show you your new device. So we got that all hooked up. So now that we know we have that all set up, now we're going to go to the tank and hook what we need to into the tank. All right, guys, now that we have that set up in the app for the first sensor, we're just going to take one of these halo rings off, This is the first thing we're going to want to put on just to create that gap. And we're going to wipe off the rim and the bottom of the tank with some alcohol just to get it clean. We want the magnets to have a nice surface to stick on. So that's all I'm doing here. I just have some 91% isopropyl alcohol. Probably doesn't have to be 91%, but just wipe the rim where that halo is going to go just so it's clean. And then wipe the bottom of your tank. Our tanks are pretty new, so they're pretty clean. So we got that wiped off. Now, as you can see, you just take the ring. We're just going to pop it on the tank. Right here. There's no particular way it goes. You just put it on. And that's it for that. I mean, as you guys can see, that is on there. You guys got a good view. That is on there. Now what we're going to do on the back of our sensor, I'm not sure if you guys can even see it back here. Get you guys out here in the light. On the back of our sensor, you guys can see it. It comes with some tape like shipping over the magnets. Just peel that off. Then you'll see the two magnets and then that sensor. That sensor is where we're going to put that ultrasonic grease on. It's kind of like an ultrasound when you go to have a baby or something. They do the reading. That's kind of that same concept. All right, we got our Mopeka ultrasonic grease. See if you guys can see that. We're just going to tear that open. We're going to put a little all over that sensor there. We want to make sure it has a good amount on there. Like that. Set that to the side. What the goal is to get this, there you guys go. The goal is to get this about as centered on here as you can. But don't worry, you don't have to be perfect right now because inside the app there's a feature to do that. I'll show you that here in a sec. Looks like it wants to slide to me. Almost like it wanted to go to the center of the tank anyway. Okay, so we have that on there. Let's set this up. All right, now you can see here in the app that our tank level says 100%. That's because this tank is full. I just had it filled. So let's go inside here. You can see 100% full. Got a good quality. Our Bluetooth signal is strong. Sensor position. This is where you can zero your sensor. Like if you're supposed to set it on a flat surface, then zero it. And that'll zero your sensor before you start. And down here it shows that our sensor isn't quite where it needs to be. So I'm going to zero the sensor and then put it back on there. And you guys will see that as I do it. I'm just going to take it off the tank, set it on a flat surface and press 0. Okay. I just pressed 0. So it should be zeroed. Now we're good. Now we're going to try to align this on the bottom of the tank for what it wants. We can keep messing with it. I mean, you don't have to be perfect, y'all, but we're trying to get as close as we can to that center. Just keep messing with it until you get it closer. Doesn't seem like I'm even doing anything, but I feel it moving. Kind of right there, that looks good enough for me. So I'm pretty happy with that, I guess. So that's reading. That sensor's all set up. Oh, it moved again, so. Ooh, we're getting it. Let it level out. There we go. Close enough for me. We're going to check our firmware. That sensor moves around a lot considering the tank ain't moving. But it's still reading 100%, so it should be good. I don't know why it wants me to use a local file to update, because I'm not going to have a local file, obviously. Let's go in our settings here. This is where you can do all your setups of what's in your tank and stuff like that. You can do it percentage, centimeters, inches. And it'll let you can do all this. Alarm threshold 20%. So if you want to set it as like, oh, I want to know when my tanks are 50%, you could set that. How frequent it lets you know. I think every 12 hours is probably pretty good what it's set on. We'll go with that. Tank size, we have 30-pound tanks, so we're going to change it to that. And it's a vertical tank. You want to make sure you do that so it gets the right read. Pick your region, and then we can name this device. So if you want to put it like, you know, left side of your rig, right side of your rig, I'm just going to put a right tank. There we go. So we got that one all set. Go back. Tank settings have been updated. Temperature 84 degrees Fahrenheit. That's nice. We got the Pro sensor, lets you know that. So we're all set up here, guys. This is all it takes for this. I'll show you how to pair it with the tank monitor or the check monitor here in a second. But that's this one. We're going to hook up the other one on the other tank. It's the same exact process. You just do what I showed you in this first one. Do it to your second tank or however many tanks you have, and that'll get you set up. And then we'll go to the LP tank check monitor. But before you put your tanks back in your rig, you're going to want to sync it to this first. That way it's easy to get to, because you're going to have to press that button again on the bottom. So let's do that. All right, here is what the tank check monitor looks like. You guys can see that. You'll know that this is the Model 3 3rd gen, because it would be gray. The other two, Model 1 and 2, or Gen 1 and 2, won't read for the new Pro sensors. Make sure you got the gray one. That'll be for that. On the back, you got the little tab you got to pull out to make it read. We just pulled that out. Now we're trying to see what we got to do here. You guys, it's going to be upside down for you guys, isn't it? I'll try to do it this way for you. Let's press some buttons, see what happens. Okay, one's for your tank 1 and tank 2. We're going to be left tank and right tank. What you want to do, you hold this down. Keep holding it. This here turns it on. Now we got to go on the bottom of the tank and press sync, and that should blink differently. So get you guys set up on it here. You guys can see it. Let me press sync on here. Now they stop blinking. So it should be connected to that one. Now we're going to press and hold. We'll press and hold this again. It's going to go through the tanks. This is 20, 30, 40-pound tank. We don't have that, so we're going to go to yellow because we have a 30-pound tank. So that is set up. You can see that. You just press and hold that. It'll light up, and then they'll start going through. You want the yellow one for a 30-pound tank. You want the bottom one for a 20-pound tank, 40-pound tank, and so on and so forth. But for most RVs, you're going to have the 20 or 30-pound tanks, most likely, maybe even a 40. So you have that. This is our left tank. So now we're going to use this one for our right side. And then we're just going to hang this on the wall. We'll be all set with that. All right, guys, we have both our tanks put back in here, left tank and right tank. Sensors are in position. Everything's reading right. On the bottom of this tank, I had a slight modification on the tray. The bolt that holds the tray down was right where the sensor is. So I had to take that one out, and I put one in each edge of the tray so it didn't hit the sensor. Easy modification, stainless steel, self-tappers. Fits in here nice. So now we're gonna go hang that monitor on the wall. We got that all calibrated too. So let's go do that. All right guys, final step inside was to mount the monitor. You can see it's mounted here right next to all my other stuff. I'll press both buttons. And the signal Bluetooth must be powerful enough. I'm halfway through the rig, and this is a 43-foot long rig, so it's definitely picking it up. It reads full on both. This monitor don't start reading until it's down below, I think, like 50%, so that's when you'll start to see it read, but it gives you a better idea when you're there. If you want a more accurate one, go to the app. That'll give you more of a percentage. And that's it. That's a pretty easy install unless you got some small modifications, but all manageable. Well, there you have it, guys. Another quick and simple but needed thing on the RV. That sensors. I mean, the whole kit for the new ones with the Pro, about $100 if you want the monitor a little bit more, and then the halos. But it really wasn't a bad deal. Easy to install unless you have to modify a little bit like we did on the tray, but still a pretty easy job. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down below. We get to all of them pretty much, unless we miss one, but we get to all of them most of the time. And we'll leave links to this stuff down below if you guys are interested. They are affiliate links, so we appreciate that support for the channel. Don't forget to check out our webpage, jimmy2tech.com, where we keep you updated on the newest current videos and anything we're doing at the time. Check out our social medias down below as well. Sorry guys, had a little blip there. The battery went dead on the GoPro. But like I said, don't forget to check out our social medias, and don't forget to click that bell notification so you know when we post a video. Please hit the thumbs up and the subscribe. Helps the channel out. We appreciate that. And until next time, guys, thanks for watching, and try something new.